Private Jewelers & Co. At this spot, you get the finest custom jewelry in the Bay. Houston premium straight here. None of the games you have to deal with most jewelers. Very transparent. We also manufacture everything in-house at our manufacturing location in Houston. All under a microscope. We do everything A to Z. At any point in time, you can hit me or my guy Callie, Private Jeweler, for an update, and we'll fill you right in where we're at.
Hey, it's your host with the most from the show, So What Do You Do? And if you don't know what you do, you better ask yourself, so what do you do? And today, we are at BBG Studio right here in Albany, California, about to get joined by a world-class DJ. He's a Goldie Award DJ battle champion, Miles Medina. I cannot wait to get this interview started. We got Jay Castay, we got B Gigs, and again, I'm the host with the most from the show, So What Do You Do? Now let's get inside and get this interview started.
Shout out to the host with the most. So what do you do?
Damn, Bob, you did this shit?
So what do you do? Just ask yourself that daily, you know what I'm saying? Look in the mirror.
Like I said earlier, we are here with a world-class DJ, Miles Medina. Miles, what's going on, man?
Right.
Thanks for joining us on So What Do You Do? How you doing today?
I'm pretty good.
That's good, man. Look, I was just hyping you up out there on the intro, man. Look, what I want to know is, where did the journey and the love of DJing and music come from? Where did it all start?
Yeah, I'm gonna, it's a long story, so I'm gonna try to keep it short. But I grew up in the Bay Area. When I was like a kid, which is, I wanna say the 90s, like DJing was big out here in the Bay Area, especially like, you know, on the radio and
Right.
family parties, you know, just wherever, like there was always DJs involved. So it was just part of the culture and part of my environment growing up. So I took a very natural liking to it. So as a kid, I was just trying to find any way to do what I heard on the radio or saw like people doing. So like I had an uncle who was DJing, he DJed my auntie's wedding, and I was just like stuck the whole time just like behind him. And I was like, yo, let me try one of these. And then like, it was like this little CD thing, and like I was like, all right, let me try one, let me play one. And then I played a song, and I was like, like just getting that feeling of reaction from people and seeing them dance. That was
How
just
old
like,
do you think you were? Like, you think you was like 10?
I was probably like 10 years
10.
old, maybe 11.
So 10, 11, go to your a wedding with your uncle. This is your family's
It was
wedding?
my auntie's wedding,
Your auntie's
and my
wedding.
uncle, her brother was DJing.
Okay, so your uncle's over there DJing. We got a young Miles over there with his uncle. Now, 12, I think we were talking about earlier, 12 is when you officially start really getting behind those turntables. You know, share your experience on that and how that just started growing on the character that is built for you today.
Yeah, so I'm grateful that I started DJing when I started, because let's say this was like 99, 2000. And since I'm a kid, like 12 years old, I obviously don't have access to gear or records or anything. So I convinced my older cousin that he should get some gear, and he got say it worked. And then we had another uncle who used to DJ in the 80s, like give us like a crate of records just so we could mess, because you know, there's no digital music back then.
Right.
So it's like, if you want to mess around, you better find some records. So we had that, and we would just play around with that forever, and then that was it. Like,
Yeah, that's a trip to really think about. Like, you know, so 12 years old, you've been doing it for, you know, 15, 20 plus years now. Doing it for so long, would you say your uncle or your older cousin are the ones who sort of inspired you to really go out and start becoming a DJ? Or who would you say sort of inspired you or still inspires you today?
it was kind of just a lot of things at the same time. Like I said, it was on the radio, and
Right.
it was like going to family parties and seeing DJs there, or going to like random events, whether it was like, I remember I went to like a church event. It was like an outdoor thing, and there was a DJ playing. I was like, damn, this is crazy. And then, so it was just all environmental stuff.
Okay.
And then it was just so natural that I wanted to play around with it. Because to me, I just saw it as like playing, like it was just like something I would play with, like a video game or like,
Right.
you know, it just looked fun to me, yeah.
So, you know, you talk about how it was a good time, it's fun times, you know, not everybody know, you know, the background of a DJ. So it's like, we know there's a lot of trials and tribulations for you guys as far as like, you know, getting gigs, getting booked, you know, especially starting out. You know, speak on some of the things that you sort of had to overcome, some of the challenges that you had to overcome to just get to the point to where you're at today. You know, share some of your thoughts and advice to maybe the next generation of young DJs who are 12, 13, 14, 15 and up, who wants to be where you're at, or, you know, where DJ Khaled is at, or where anyone who is at you guys' level is at. You know, what would be some of your advice and some of the things that you would say to overcome some of those, some of those tough situations?
Yeah, you definitely gotta establish your foundation, which obviously starts with you practicing at home, developing your style, and just getting used to like the equipment, the gear that you're using, the music that you're playing, and that takes a long time. And to me, that's the most important thing. It might not be to other people. Some people go straight into the brand or the look, which is totally fine too, like in this day and age. But I think establishing foundation is super important. And that also comes with like your values, like why are you doing this? You know what I mean? Like, and once you have that, it's gonna anchor you into like other stuff. So now when you start getting gigs, obviously it might not always be the best gigs starting out, but those are great for experience-wise, you know what I mean? And then as you get older, you start to go back to your foundation. Like I turn down a lot of gigs now just because it doesn't line up with my values. But that took me a long time to get to that point.
Get to where you're at and be able to turn down those types of gigs where it's like, you know what, back maybe when I was 15, 20, 21, I probably would have took those gigs, but now.
I would have took those like 6 months ago.
Like even 6 months ago, you know, like, but certain things just doesn't line up with your values and with your foundation of what you're saying.
Yeah, and as you grow, like your values will also change and evolve. So, you know, it depends, you know. People have different values. Some people value money, some people value being popping on social media, some people value just playing music they love. Everyone has why they do it. It's all different.
Talk about this this little stigma of, you know, when you get in the car, we gotta pass the aux cord, and everybody can't get the aux cord because everybody, you know, doesn't listen to the same music. Do you say as a DJ and an established DJ that no matter who car you can get in, you can get the aux cord and you'll make them start feeling good and like, you know what, I've never heard any of the music that he listened to, but I'm gonna always get this guy the aux cord. Do you think DJs are the best aux cord givers to give the aux cords to?
That's so. I think it depends on the person. Like I'm the guy who doesn't want the aux cord because I want to hear what everyone else is listening to. Also, I listen to like weird shit, so it's like I don't even want it. You know what I mean? Because I'm just like I'm not the guy for this moment right now. You know what I mean? That's a great question. Funny. It depends on the person.
No, that's funny. Now, you know, just to piggyback on the aux cord whole thing, you know, as you're doing the aux cord, right? This is going to go into the next question I'm about to bring up. As you're holding the aux, you got to think of all these different curations you're going to start putting on as, okay, what's the next song I'm going to have queued up? You know, speak on that part as a DJ and having to think about songs on the fly while you're in the club, while you're at these big venues, you know, whether it's Rolling Loud or, you know, just a private event, a birthday party. Talk about how you gotta really think on the fly how you're gonna make this entire event sound. Do you do it the day before? Is it something that you're doing the day of or during the time of the segment? Like how does that usually work out?
It's everything. So
it's everything.
I don't prepare sets because I believe in the moment and like things have to happen in the moment for me anyways. Everyone's different, but I believe in like the magic in the moment and like, but that being said, up until like leading up to that, I'm like preparing the whole time. So it's like, whether that's just practicing at home, making a playlist, making edits of songs that I think I will play or I can potentially play, it's just constant. So like if I have a gig like next week, pretty much now until then, I'm gonna be working on preparing for any situation or preparing like what I want to potentially play. You know what I mean? Like you can prepare as much as you want and like not play half of that stuff, but at least like you put that work in. But that being said, like there's also situations where like, say you have a major hour slot at a major festival. You want to like have like your show and it's like with the visuals and everything. That would make sense to prepare an hour set.
Right.
You know what I mean? Which I haven't done yet because I like doing shit in the moment. But like I have tried to prepare sets a couple times and they just don't work.
There you go. No, I mean, you know, everything, at least you tried it. Like you said, at least you tried it. You always gotta, it's like you said, you gotta go back to your values and that foundation. You know, you still tried it and you just realize, you know, this is not something that's lined up with my values at this moment. Maybe later on. You know, talk about, you know, you being at these events, you being inside these clubs and you have, you know, these people coming up to you guys' booth. How does that usually make you guys feel? Like if someone's coming up requesting songs, is it okay, or do you try to have like security? Like, look, man, you got to tell these people do not cross this line because I do not want people coming up to me, knocking over drinks over my DJ booth, or coming up requesting "Party in the USA" when I just got done playing freaking La Russell or some Juvenile or some freaking Larry June. Like, don't come in here talking about the Party in the USA right now. Like, talk about that. Like, how does that make you guys feel when people are coming up to you guys and it's requesting these crazy songs?
Everyone's super different with that. Usually, it's a no request rule. I'm the opposite because I want to know what they want to hear.
That's dope.
And I like hearing what. That doesn't mean I'm gonna play it, but like I just want to know what, you know what I mean? Because I'm just a curious person, and I just like, all right, what do you want to hear? And like, usually, like, if they're but like, usually if they're super nice about it, I'm gonna play it.
Yeah,
even, but if they're like super just like annoying and rude, and
obnoxious,
like, you know what I mean?
Play this song.
Yeah.
Like,
sometimes they'll be like,
please.
Can you play it next? Or I'm like, no. Like, I'm like, look, I know what you want to hear. I'm gonna try to work it in. And to me, that's already a sincere move right there.
Yeah,
like,
right.
I heard you out. Yeah, I'll try to work it in.
Right. No, that's definitely a sincere move right there.
Sometimes people come up to you with some money and like,
oh my God.
And it depends on that whole thing. Is like I've only taken money for requests like a handful of times, if that. But like, yeah, I have some crazy stories. But anyways, but yeah, like, you know, I've taken $100 to play like Kelly Clarkson before, like for sure. Like, yeah, totally.
Kelly out here making DJs bank right now.
There was this one lady. I was in Reno, Nevada, right? And then it was this huge night. It was huge, bro. Like you feel like 1,000 people in there, and like I was like, it was probably like maybe it was like 12:30, right? And I was playing like just a hip hop set. It was like older Vietnamese lady. She was like, "Yo, we can't dance to this. Like, play some trance." I was like, "I don't have trance." She's like, "We can't dance to this. It's too slow." She's like, "I'll give you like $100." I was like, "I don't have trance music." She's like, "It's too slow." I was like, "You want like fast? Like I could play like EDM or like house music." She's like, "Yeah. Can you play like an hour of that?" I was like, "No, dude. Like, what are you talking about? I like play." And then like she went back. We literally for like 30 minutes to an hour, she was coming back and forth. We came to this negotiation. I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna play house music for 20 minutes," and she gave me for $500. And I took it and then we did it, and it was bad.
Hey, soft 20 minutes for a soft 500. What the heck?
And that was like the best tip for request story I have. Anyways,
that's pretty cool though. Now, you know, some people may know this, some people may not. You know, DJs. Are there DJs who solely focus on their craft as, you know, DJs being disc jockeys and only performing at parties, private events, clubs, you know, Rolling Louds? Are there DJs who also are trying to be producers, or who are producers? You know, that's making beats, engineering, mixing and mastering and things like that. I know we have a DJ Khaled. He's, you know, making all of these wonderful compilations that we've been listening to since 2008, 2006 or something like that. He's been dropping albums. How did he first start off? Did he start off solely as just a DJ and then got into producing, or was he doing both? Do you know how that sort of worked out? Would you do something like that?
Yeah, I actually have a lot of respect for Cal because he started like ground roots, like DJing on vinyl, putting that work in. Biggest radio DJ in his area. I think I remember him saying like on the weekends, because he was in Florida, right? And they would get like all the new music in New York first. So on the weekends he would drive to New York just to hear the music, get the records, and come back to Florida. And he would do that like every weekend, just because like he was just super grinding.
That's a go-getter right there.
Yeah, and then that turned into him making music. That's the natural thing, I think, for many DJs is like to start making music. And it's like well documented that like a lot of the greatest producers, a lot of them started as DJs first. Like that you probably don't know that. Like you name like Timbaland was a crazy DJ.
Yeah.
Like Chad and the Neptunes.
Oh dang.
Like yeah, there's a lot of like most of them actually, and they still do DJ.
I didn't even think about that. You know, these guys make it to a certain level, and you know, we only hear them on the radio. You don't really. I guess me personally, I didn't really put two together that they actually would start off as DJs. I would just assume that they just start off as producers.
I feel like it's even more rare to find a producer who didn't start out as a DJ. Like
wow.
If you name, I mean, especially like for any genre, even like hip hop, obviously like house music, electronic shit, like it's always the two intertwined. Even like Lenny Kravitz was a DJ like in the 80s.
Yeah, see, that's a trip. I didn't, I mean, you could assume that, but I never really figured that producers started off as DJs first. I thought they were like producers first that then transitioned into being DJs.
I think that's more popular now.
Now,
because kids make beats now on the computer,
right.
And then if they have some hits, like they gotta play live, so they learn how to DJ. That's like the more norm these days.
Now, I know we're talking about DJs who also produce, right? P-Lo new album just dropped, Stunner. You actually was scratching on some of the tracks. Good. No, they want to see me doing bad, but I'm good. Going crazy. Man, talk about that, man. Like, how did it feel to just know, like, man, you know what? I know me and him had done this project, and you know, when I first heard it, I wanted to add my little spin to it, and it came out as one of the hottest songs out. Talk about your experience on that and sort of how you guys sort of partnered up on that Good track.
Yeah, so for Good, he had reached out via my homie DJ Amen, shout out to Amen, and then he linked us on a text. This was during quarantine, like 2020.
Okay.
So, and it was lockdown, so there was no...
Oh damn, this was, what, 2-3 years ago then?
It was like 2 years ago, and it was... What? There was no like... You couldn't leave your house, you couldn't see people at it was still like super fresh, like no social bubble, like nothing, none of that. So like, I sent the cuts over. Actually, I sent one thing over. It wasn't what they wanted. I was scratching like, I'm good, like from T-Pain and like Big Sean.
Oh, okay.
You know, T-Pain has like a, I'm good, I forgot. Anyways. I redo it to what you hear now, which is like more, they wanted like old school hip hop type of scratches.
That's exactly what it sounded like, real old school feel.
Yep. And I think P-Lo just had that vision early on. And then like, you know, months, maybe even like over a year goes by, I haven't heard anything. And then finally, like when COVID calms down, he hits me up, invites me to the studio. And that's where he plays me like what he's working on for his album. And then from there I realized, or he actually tells me he wants scratching like on the whole album. So it was fucking awesome, dude. You know, we had a few sessions and there's a lot of back and forth, and just seeing how he works too, like with his team, was a beautiful thing to see, because you know, depending on who's there, it could be like a few musicians like in the other room, or like some homies will come through. And everyone contributes in their special way, whether it's like on keys or like guitar, bass, or even just an idea. Like even like when I was cutting, our homie Calais would be like giving me the samples to cut, and like we would all like decide collectively like which samples sound good to cut, and then like so it was a dope team effort actually.
Yo, and that's actually a really great points that you just made. You know, talking about the team, the communication, everyone being in it, and no one, you know, excluding anyone. You know, share again. This new generation, we have a newfound sound of musicians, artists, entertainers. Talk about teamwork and what teamwork sort of, you know, means to you and your foundation and your values. I know you just shared a little bit about it, you know, working on that project with Pilo and Calais and those guys. But just talk about that team mind atmosphere, because, you know, there's even guys like B Gigs, Jay Castay, who's working with, you know, other entertainers, and that's something else I always hear is team, communication, and, you know, everyone being on the same page. So share your thoughts and your words of encouragement with, you know, the viewers of teamwork and what it means to you.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's just like, you can only go so far by yourself, right? I mean, you can go far, but like, me being a DJ and me being the only child and me also being like more like introvert, I've pretty much been doing shit by myself for a long time until I realized like, it's just way better to do it with other people for many reasons. You know, inspiration, creativity, but also it's just like more enjoyable too.
Yeah.
To do stuff with other people, and like you'll get ideas you would never get by yourself. And it's just fun, like to be in a room with people. Like it feels like you're doing something bigger than yourself, and I don't know. I'm a big fan of teamwork, and I'm trying to do that shit more actually. But you know, you gotta find the right team as well.
That's true. You know, I'm not sure if you heard, but we titled you King of the Day Party. We know you are the day party king. You be having the functions turned up. Me and Jay Castay has been to many day parties, right? And no one throws a day party function like Miles Medina. Miles, where are some of your favorite places that you DJ'd and scratched at?
In the daytime?
In the daytime.
I mean, obviously, like the Phoenix parties are cool in San Francisco. I throw a Sunday brunch party in San Diego in the summers, which are amazing, and that's like all I could think of right now.
Man, you're talking real humble about it, but share your experiences of like how you like just be seeing these crowds move. Like, you know, me being like an MC, like, you know, I get this mic and I get to, you know, get on stage and I can tell people, put your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care, and everybody would do it. And literally like everyone is, like you said earlier, is moving and dancing, laughing, smiling, having a really good time, all at this party underneath the sound of what you're playing. You're the aux cord holder, although you don't want the aux cord. You're the guy with the aux cord and everyone is loving the music. You know, just share like, when you look up for just a quick second, you see everybody moving and dancing. How does that make you feel? Like, what thoughts are going through your head?
I mean, it's a feeling. Like before you even see it, like you can feel the energy and you can hear a reaction too. But even if without the reactions, if you see them dancing, that's also a beautiful thing. It's to me the same thing as like a comedian getting the laugh. You know, it's the same thing. So, you know, that's why we do it. That's why I do it. That's one of the reasons why I do it. It's not the only reason, but I do go for the reaction more than I would like to, but I just really love that reaction.
Yeah. Now, with that being said, you know, I know you have won a few awards, and, you know, one of the most recent was the Goldie award for a DJ battle. You know, what was that like? What you were actually like battling against other DJs? You know, what was the concept and the context behind the Goldie Award that you won?
So that battle was put on by A-Track from New York, and it was like a worldwide. It was a beat battle and a DJ battle. So you would submit your videos on IG with a hashtag, and out of like the hundreds or thousands of videos, they would choose like the final 8, and then they threw this dope, amazing event in New York. It was huge. DJ A-Track wanted to throw a different type of competition, which was like a DJ battle and a beat battle, and it was
a DJ battle and a beat battle
for producers.
What do you mean?
So producers would come in and either play beats or they pretty much have a minute to. It's a beat battle, so it's like you come with your beats and you go head to head with another producer.
So you have to make your own beats.
No, I did the DJ battle portion of it. This is two separate.
Oh, but it's two separate. I see. Okay, I see. Okay, I get it now.
Yeah.
So I was say, damn, like they had y'all doing the whole.
Yeah. That would be fun, actually.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool to do both DJ battle and the beat battle. So you did the DJ battle, and so go ahead and finish off.
Yeah, so it was just like you do the online submission, which was a lot of people, and then they choose the top 8. The top 8, they throw this big event in Brooklyn, which was amazing because not only is I get to meet like other competitors, which I consider my peers now, but like also the judges are like my heroes, you know, like, which is really what drew me to it. Like the judges was like Just Blaze and like Manny Fresh and
damn,
like, DJ Craze and just all these like legendary people who I really look up to. So yeah, we did that. It was like, I think it was like 3 rounds. Like there's like the main round and then like the 2 finalists go head to head, which was like me and this dude Yuto from Japan, who's fucking amazing. And we just go head to head and then we just have fun, man, and it was a good time.
Yo, that's pretty cool. And that's like you said, when you meet people who become your competitors and then they become your peers, and you know, it's just networking, and now you guys become friends, and you can go fly out to New York and go see them perform, and they can come down to the Bay Area and see you perform. And I feel like that entertainment community is so large, but yet so small because of you guys support each other so much. Like there's never, like if someone needs a DJ and they're like somewhere else, they're like, hey, look, I know somebody for you guys. And I feel like that's the type of community that everybody want to be a part of, is that, you know, community that's going to always support, no matter if you're doing the exact same thing in the entertainment business. You're going to still show support, still show love.
You have to, man.
So with that, you know, you and the guy went head to head, you got the award, came back, now you're the Goldie Award champion, king of the day party, been doing it for 20 plus years. So much more to come, you know. Who knows what the 30-year anniversary of Miles Medina as a DJ is gonna be looking like. Look, now he's looking like, dang, you know what, 30 years, dang, that's 8 more years. I might have to,
that's exciting.
I gotta start thinking about that actually. It's gonna be right around the corner. I wanna ask you, you know, being a creative, being in the music industry, being an entertainer and an entrepreneur, and being a Filipino man yourself, what does that all mean to you, seeing all of the different creatives that are Filipinos who are making a big impact in the world?
Man, it means a lot. And it means a lot to also like contribute to that as well. That's probably like one of the most meaningful things to me, just cause like when I was younger, like I really, I remember seeing the Neptunes for the first time, and Chad, who's Filipino, was like my first time ever seeing someone Filipino like actually doing it. So it made me like realize like, oh, it's actually possible, like, you know, because before that I'd never seen it, so I just didn't think it was possible.
Right.
So obviously it's like it's more now, but like if I could be that for someone, that's freaking awesome. But like even without that, like there's so many, especially like Filipinos at the moment, just killing it. Even from the Bay, like her, Pilo, like a lot of folks.
Miles.
Me. Guap Dad too. Like
Guap, yep.
It's cool. It's just cool to see, and I'm just happy to be a part of it. And like, you know, I remember even like a few years back, the biggest pop artist was like Bruno Mars, and I was like, dude, like the Michael Jackson of the moment is like a Filipino dude. It's crazy. Yeah. So that's just like a weird thing, in a good way, to like realize, and it's just cool to see, you know, like just with any other racial background, like you just, when people start to come together and do cool shit and other people see it, it's awesome.
That's amazing. Look, you guys, again, look, that's Miles Medina. He's been a DJ, world-class DJ for over 20 years. Now it's time for us to listen to him play a little bit of music. I think we're going to be getting into a segment where we're going to hear you, play some music in the background. I think he's going to be picking some songs out of a hat. I think my boy Jason told me he's going to be picking some songs out of a hat, and we're going to see what he can come up with. So y'all stay tuned for this next segment that we got coming up. Miles, again, I appreciate you, man.
Yep.
Always a pleasure. Let's go ahead and get this show started. Let me just walk off.
Alright, so here goes the hat. Go ahead and bundle that up.
I just grab it.
Yep, just grab any three.
Okay. Open it.
Yep, see which ones they are.
Okay.
Come through. Tip off.
You got some slappers.
And Szechuan
You got some slappers coming up. I'm not gonna lie, it's all slap. What? You got Jay Anthony with the Dave Stevie on there with the Szechuan Don, Cedric Oda right there, and then what was the other one?
come through.
That's Polyester the Saint. Come on, man. What? That's all slappers right there, man. Oh, let's go.
Alright,
What?
so let's cue it up.
I'm juiced about this. Hey, hold on.
And then decide.
This might have to be the hardest fucking compilation that dropped for me. This is one. I got something.
Who gotta pay what we paid? I'ma get it anyway. Triple what I made last week, today. I have it being fly suit, drawers, and a cape. Gliding over hate like skis in a lake. These reasons wanna keep trying, it ain't safe. Pay your ties for me, baby, come short man. Baby, come short man. Let's go, come up, Let's go, come up. Let's go, come up, country. Come through.
That sounds crazy as fuck.
I'm in the turf doing Mac Dre birthday. You got money for me, baby, come short man. Let's go, come up.
This is crazy. I don't fuck. I just have a DJ, man. This sounds raw. That shit just sounds smooth as hell. Yeah, Ella just on music.
I'm in the turf doing Mac Dre birthday. Doing Mac Dre birthday. You got money, baby, come short man.
This nigga Miles is crazy.
I'm in the turf doing Mac. Doing Mac Dre birthday.
That's what I got.
It's in the air like a tip off. Yeah, it's in the air like a tip off. I can't call it, I just know niggas ball. So let's see, I on my chest when I'm getting off.
One-on-one with it, they might know me for the style. Had a Lamborghini dream, and I woke up made racks. Love those that love you, but don't get attached. LLC ideas, and you can tax. Jay told me move to LA, this is where it's at. So I had to hop on the, 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 I had to hop on the plane. To the district, we coming so before the game. When I think about it, I really got my own lane. If I go home, I can't stop. Gotta put on for the game. That's on anything I love. That's on anything I came. I just came up, but I really ain't that. But I really ain't that. But I really ain't that.
That's what I got. You know when he told me about this, which was like when I walked in here, I was like, we're gonna do what? Like this is like, I was trying to think of a way to get out of this actually, but like, no, it's super fun though.
This is cool though, like, this is crazy.
Yeah, no, it's fun, it's fun. No, I like how this is like super on the spot, like how we were saying earlier, how I like doing shit on the spot. And it's just raw and like under thought, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
if I go home and think about it, it's just gonna like turn into work and yeah, it's just not gonna be the same. So yeah, anyways.
So it's kind of
No, I like this a lot. This is dope.
Searching for someone who shared that special love of me. You all I've been around, been around.
That's it.
I came with the bands and hella flavors, but I am not a rock star, I'm way too player. Getting top on the top of a skyscraper. Damn, how the fuck I get from scrapers to skyscrapers? Man, watch me groove it, watch me move it, but watch my shoes. You way too juice, niggas hot, they way too loose. I can't move around with niggas, this shit is embarrassing.